Hi, hello everyone. Sorry I'm a day late and just look disheveled, but man, this last week. Let's just say it was not a good mental health week at all. But we are still here. Gonna quick do a tarot reading. There are ferrets loose. There might be chaos. But excitingly, I got from my mother gifted me a dark crystal tarot deck, which is super exciting because Dark Crystal is one of my favorite movies of all time. I love Jim Henson, one of my heroes. So having this deck is super cool. It is a little bit harder to read because it has changed like a lot of the suits into different things. So I'm gonna use their little guidebook here to help me. So I might not use this one like super often, but it's really nice to have it. So I say this every time, but like, what happened to September? September was a really busy month for me. August and September were both just crazy. I don't know about for you, but I'm really hoping that October chills out in more ways than one, although I'm not in a hurry for it to get cold. I know I live in Wisconsin, but I hate winter. Nigel agrees. I don't know if you can hear him. But let's get to this reading because I have so much to do today. Let's go. Let's see, how did our past month go? From my deck, we have the Two of Stones, which I don't yet know what that means because I think stones are pentacles, but I'm not positive. So this represents a choice, a divergence of two separate paths, and following our intuition down one of those paths. So last month, did we have an opportunity to make a decision? How's that decision going? Maybe the next cards will kind of clue us in to that decision and how that went. I don't know if there were any moments for me to really make like a big divergent decision last month, but I want to see the rest of the reading before I make any decisions about it. Let's see how our present is going. The Queen of Stones. We're getting stones, and in the world of the Dark Crystal is representative of the stone in the wood, so it might be swords. I'm real bad at this, I'm sorry. It's representative of the stone in the wood, which is a sort of warrior people, so it might be swords. It would make sense if it was swords. We always get swords. Look everyone, it's Tendy! It's Tendy! She's here to cause troubles. But yes, stones is swords, and here we have the Queen. And she is saying that we have made a decision, and that decision is to use our head rather than our heart. We are following a logical path of some kind versus following one that maybe is a little bit more pleasing to us, like spiritually, emotionally. So whatever that choice was last month, I'm getting the vibe that I'm being attacked by a ferret. I'm getting the vibe that whatever that choice was, that we decided to err on the side of logic and reasoning versus following our heart necessarily. And I don't know that that's a bad thing. Like, you always hear follow your heart. You always hear watch out for ferrets. You always hear follow your heart. Like, Disney is always like follow your heart, and it's always emphasized, but there is definitely something to be said for following your logical, thoughtful side. So I don't think that this is necessarily a bad thing. Maybe in your writing or artistic career, you had the opportunity to do something that would maybe be more spiritually fulfilling, but you decided to play it safer, to take the logical route, and hopefully that is working out for you. All right, and finally, what is our next month looking like? We have the Four of Shards, which is different from stones, finally. Okay, so the Four of Shards, whatever decision we made, the Four of Shards is telling us that it was probably the right one. So that's good. So we made a decision, we used our head, probably actually was the right choice. So this is the culmination of a successful something, a successful task, a successful goal that we have finished, even if it's smaller. It might not be big because this is not a face card, if you will. This is not one of the major arcana. So it is like maybe a smaller thing that we accomplished, but that's okay because we accomplished it, and this says take a moment to celebrate, to revel. So hopefully that means that our next month, our October, is going to look like finishing whatever task we were choosing to use our head versus our heart to finish, and feeling like we get to have a moment of celebration, even if it's something small, like a little piece of candy or a movie night or something fun like that. So that was our reading with my lovely new Dark Crystal deck. It's so pretty. Look at it. We might have to do more readings with this just so you can see all of the amazing pretty designs on my tarot deck here. But It's so good. Thanks so much for watching this month's tarot reading, and let me know if you thought that this reading was accurate for you, and I'll see you hopefully on time next month for our next reading.